Happy Thursday, everybody. Andy and Steve from WagerTalk.com going over our Road to Millions. Shout out to everybody. Josh, CU says this the hidden. We're trying to unhide it. I don't know if that's a word. Unhide it. We're trying to unhide it, and I appreciate that. Anthony, glad I found the insight. Really seems like you guys like what you do, like winning. So mood is pretty good. And my old friend Matt Murray. Good morning, Matt. Steve, we always kind of recap what happened yesterday. We didn't have any mock plays, but when our goal is to make 3% a week and we went then in the first day of our week, that's pretty good, right? Nice day in baseball.
Yes, sir. Nice 2-0 night for us yesterday. It was great that we pivoted away from Oakland. We noticed that they had been coming to life against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh not hitting with runners in scoring position, so we lay off that pick in the afternoon. It would have been a loss for us. Instead, we pivot to not Kansas City, to Miami. I'm sorry, with Cabrera on the mound against Kansas City, and Lyles picks up 0-10 on the season now. Picks up his 10th loss on the season. This guy, he's like Patrick Corbin from last year, from season. Yeah, he's the new Corbin for sure. But nice 2-0 night. Never complain about that. And 8-3 run in June now for the MLB. 15-8 in our last 25.
Yeah, we're doing really, really good here with baseball. Really happy with the winning record that we put up. So we're up to 65 units now for the year. So doing fantastic. And now that our week has started, we're up 2 units. So what do we have for today? Well, we got a PFL play that is up. That's a 3%er, and PFL is tonight. So make sure you get that in. But if you want, we went ahead and turned on the promo code Andy3, 3-day pass for $39. When we turned this code on last week, if you got it, you made 37 units. That's like a good year. It's a decent year. So I'm not going to promise that. I'm not even going to promise half of that. But we should have a pretty good 3-day pass in it. It starts tonight. We'll get to a free play with that one. So, Steve, we talked about Oakland. I think we're going to lay off, right? This has been a cash cow, but these streaks, they don't last all season. And part of what we want to do with the Road to Millions is get out before this streak really, really kind of, falls apart. And what do we notice about Oakland this last couple days and then this weekend? You discovered a few things about why we are recommending to get away from Oakland. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, so their bats are obviously coming alive the past couple of games in this series against the Pirates. And looking ahead for the weekend, they're in Milwaukee. Generally, I would like Milwaukee in this spot, but when you look at it, the pitching matchups just aren't the greatest for them. I feel like Oakland's best chances to win, and it's with Blackburn and Sears. Those are their 2 chances to win a game, and they both pitch this weekend. Hauser pitching for the Brewers, no Burns. So I don't think that we're going to stay away from Oakland this weekend, but going forward in the future, we can always jump back on them. But we can put a pin on it for now and look at it and say it was a successful streak based on it was a cash cow for us so far. So we'll step away from it for now, enjoy the profit, and move on to some other picks for a little while.
Yeah, and there's so many things in baseball. I mean, with the different player props and the teams and all the bets, you don't have to ride the same streak forever. Like, pick when you get when you get the most out of it, and then take a step back. We always say we would prefer to lay off a winner rather than give out a loser. So we're going to play a little cautious with Oakland. We thank the gambling gods for that little for that winning streak that they gave us.
Yeah, 100%. And stick to the props that you're good at. Don't overextend yourself and do too many different props. I know I post the home run prop sometimes on Twitter, and just keep in mind that's a long shot. That's just a free play for almost for fun. The blast of the day, I just call it. It's just kind of for fun. I know Anthony has jumped aboard on some of my picks and stuff like that for the free plays. But if you notice when I post the free MLB plays, those are plays that that didn't make our card, but that I'm confident in going forward for that night. The blast of the day, that's more for fun, like a long shot home run prop of the night kind.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, you're doing a great job on that. We step one game closer to cashing our play in the Nuggets and Heat series. Real quick before we get to our free play, any takeaways? Michael Porter, boy, that ship has sailed, huh?
100%. If you jumped on him after game one, that was the wrong point to do it. Pretty amazing last night with two 30-point triple doubles. That's the first time in the history of the NBA playoffs that's happened. Denver looked great, and it was great for us because obviously we've mentioned that we had them, giving a game and a half in the series, so we need them to tie it up within six. I'm hoping they win the next one so they can wrap it up in game five at home.
Yeah, Anthony went without a buy. This is funny. Points and assists, one or two from the over. 6 minutes left in the fourth. Get a garbage free throw hit. Um, I talked about something with Jay Money, Steve. I don't think Butler looks right. He had 28 points. Boy, that was a quiet 28 points. I don't see his explosion. You really don't see it in his rebounds and his assists. I mean, what do you have? 2 rebounds, 4 assists, it was like 6 rebounds and assists. And to me, those are kind of some of the categories where you're going, "Oh, is something wrong with him?" I don't know what's the deal with Butler, because those are 2 unders on the points, rebounds, and assists, and I would go right back to it. I don't know. Eye test telling you anything, or is there something Denver's doing?
Yeah, I mean, I know that he had the ankle injury. You know what I mean? So he's obviously still dealing with that. Um, he's in a tough defensive spot when Gordon's head up with him. Other than that, he's kind of doing what he wants to do. But Gordon has been a great lockdown defender on Butler over the years, and he's been doing it in this series as well. He's been really kind of like a gritty defensive rebounding type guy. Yeah, Butler. I don't think he looks right though. I mean, obviously his ankle's a little banged up, and yeah, that's about it.
And now Christian Brown comes off the bench. He didn't do too bad on Butler. I mean, he made him work really hard for everything, which is really what you need on Butler. If you can guard him and make his life difficult with one-on-one, you can spend some other time kind of closing out on those 3-point shooters. So, but boy, Miami, man, I guess you can say that about any team. If they're hitting their 3-pointers, they look great. But like last night, when they're not sharp shooting and hitting 49% from threes, they look like a
Yeah,
rough team. So we're just gonna stick with our play on Denver -1.5. So hopefully we get the next win and they can close out in hometown Denver. So all right. Anything else that we're noticing, Steve? Or I think we're pretty good on track right now.
yeah, for sure. I mean, we were gonna dip into the hits, runs, RBIs category today, but unfortunately, a game got scratched off the docket with the in Washington with the wildfires. So, but we'll look back towards that player for the weekend.
Yeah, I want to keep updating this category because this is a category I honestly had never dabbled at. I looked at it. I just looked at it and I was like, oh, Marcus Simeon looks like he could be a good one tonight. And I think Texas scored 0 runs, and I don't think he had any hits. Like,
Yeah, they're gonna have their off nights, obviously, but again, it's like something we play long term for a streak. And Simeon's a guy that I was looking at as well because he leads off. Texas is crushing both sides of lefties and righties, and it's a high octane offense. He's in front of a lot of good hitters, so that's what you need in that category is for him to get on base, get driven in, or drive someone in himself.
yeah, we'll keep updating that category and we'll see if we can discover anything. But encourage everyone to go grab our plays at wagertalk.com. We're having just a fantastic June. We're up over 40 units. After yesterday, that brings us up over 40 units just for the month of June. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull back just a little bit on the volume, make sure that we're really dialed in with these plays, and keep plugging away. We're already up 2% for the week. I expect to be up again tonight. I love the PFL play. So you can use the promo code Andy3, get your 3-day pass for $39. And we're working on something really, really cool coming up on the Wager Talk YouTube channel. So let's do a free play here, Steve. And we'll pause here and we'll clip it. Happy Thursday, everybody. Andy and Steve, wagertalk.com. We got a free play for everybody. We're going to dip our toes into the PFL event tonight. So I know we've got NHL, but without NBA, we get some games canceled in MLB. There's other places to make some money here. You guys can use the promo code 83 3-day pass for $39. Steve, I'll go ahead and go over this free play here. We're going to take Marlon Moraes versus Gabriel Braga over 1.5 rounds. This is a terrifying bet, Steve, because Marlon Moraes gets knocked out every fight. And when I say every fight, I mean like every single fight. However, a lot of it's not very quick. His last one, he actually got knocked out by leg kicks. which were brutal. But it went, it went over. When he actually made it into the second round. And Gabriel Braga is not that great. He has gone to decision both of his fights in the PFL. Even a few fights before that, he's gone to decision. He's not quite that big knockout artist. Marlon Moraes has the glassiest chin in all of professional mixed martial arts right now. If you touch his chin, he's going down. I just don't think Braga is the guy to get the flash knockout early on. But it's a scary play because Moraes does get knocked out. You can take this to not go the distance, but I think Marlon Moraes kind of hangs with Braga here for a little bit, and I think it gets over 1.5 rounds. So go ahead and lock that one in. But we do have a 3% official play up at wagertalk.com that I love. You can use the promo code Andy3, get your 3-day pass for $39. Go grab that. Let's make our 3%. Let's have a great Thursday, everyone.
Good luck.